Yo, what's up? What's up? Good morning, good people. I'm just here for a shave. As I was shaving, I was just kind of going over some thoughts in my head as to, certain types of music, certain styles of music, if you will. I was listening to Ty Dolla Sign's "L.A." and it's a very beautiful song. I believe Brandy is on there, and James Fauntleroy is on there as well. And I listen to the song normally before I get ready for the stage or something to do. And I was thinking to myself, because I've traveled all around in Indonesia, Bahrain, Dubai, Oman, Abu Dhabi, even Australia and Japan and places like this. And I wondered, like, man, this should be people should know more about this style of music. It's like, I know that we're familiar with the Rolling Stones and the Guns and Roses and the Bryan Adams and stuff like that, and even Justin Timberlake. But are we just as I've been places where people didn't know who Stevie Wonder was, which is crazy to me because that is my cultural center. That's the music that I draw from. I draw from that music because it's my culture. It is a part of my culture. So of course, I would kind of be well versed, in the knowledge of that culture, right? So basically, I started to think to myself, like, why is it that most people don't know about this style of music? And I know the answer, that's more of a rhetorical question. But then I said, well, maybe it's because I should tell them. Maybe it's because I should share my perspectives, concepts, my ideas, and evolving and my involvement with music from the time I was born, and probably even before that. But why don't I tell them? That was the answer. I was like, I gotta tell people. It's like there's so much beautiful music from the Afro or African American quote unquote expression or the so-called black expression that people just don't know. They don't know because one, it has not been propagated worldwide. This is not well known information. You know what I'm saying? Not amongst the common person, especially people that live foreigners to the American soil. You understand? So it's like, and that's not even going into Afro Caribbean, Afro Latino music. You know what I'm saying? Not even going into African period. But a lot of people just with regards to African American music, we know who the Bruce Springsteens are. We know who Guns N' Roses is. We know who, even with regard to R&B music, we know who a Justin Timberlake is. You know what I'm saying? But it's I would say a part of my responsibility to share my information as I have studied, as I've researched. And it's you talk to people, and a lot of people, just in the places that I've been through, would come with the first thought that rock and roll, rock was originated by European Americans, which is far from the truth. Okay. Rock and roll is based on blues. If you listen closely, a lot of what your rock artists play are blues based scales, like the pentatonic scale. You know what I'm saying? Pentatonic basically, and the blues scale. You know what I'm saying? Maybe add or minus a couple of notes. I'm not the most technical musical person, but my ear and my experience, let me know certain things, or learn certain things. So if you're talking about rock and roll, remember, rock and roll is stemming from blues, which I hope we know is an Afro American expression. Which I'm using these terms. I'm using the most, I guess, not even politically correct, but the terms that you would be most familiar with. Because if I said Moorish, or just straight American, a lot of these terms float around and we don't have clarity as to what the terminologies actually mean. If you look up the dictionary, up the not in just your standard dictionary, I'll get the dictionary for you. I'll probably put it in the comments section or the description box. But if you look in the dictionary, there is a specific definition as to what an American is, but it's gotten lost over time. But the true and real meaning of that word American is actually, it still applies. Don't get rid of your old books, because those old books have the original meaning of what words actually mean. And when you get into the higher up, you know what I'm saying, higher up places in society, they still function like that. They function like that in law. They go according to the root, original, etymological meaning of the word. Whereas most common people, we use a connotative meaning of a word, which means we use it in common use, but we don't really actually know what the word means. So anyway, that's a part and parcel to the overall to the overall thing. Yeah, the U.S. citizen. What is the difference between an American and a U.S. citizen? These are two different statuses and two different yeah uh, social stratifications, if you will. I mean, I guess that's. I'm looking for the word. It's right there on the tip of my tongue, but whatever. I'll get it for you later. But anyway, yeah. With regard to this music, there's so much good music that goes unheard. Good R&B music. You know what I'm saying? I've been places like I would say Boys to Men, and I would kind of get a little bit of a reaction. After I sing a song, but just by name alone, when I say Boys to Men, to some people, to certain people, they have not a clue, even though Boys to Men was a big group. But if I say Bruce Springsteen, boom, got it. And maybe John Legend, because John Legend is, yeah. But anyway, it's just really know the history of the music, know the roots of the music, because if you separate the root of the music from the people that it came from, that's what would you call? That's when you steal an original work of art, plagiarism. Okay, that's kind of plagiarism. Okay, all right, or maybe exactly plagiarism. Yeah, that is plagiarism. Okay, so yeah, so it's very important. So there's a lot of good R&B music that I listen. I love to listen to R&B music, soul music when I'm by myself, or even jazz. I really enjoy listening to jazz. I found out that my father, much later in life, was actually a drummer. He was a musician, so it's kind of it makes sense that I have a rhythmic quality. Shortly after singing, you know what I'm saying, because I've always been singing ever since I was a little one. My mom's a singer, and so anyway, you know, uh, I've always been singing as a little one. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy that the singing. That's what I was going to say. The singing developed first, and then of course the rhythmic part had always been there. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember, beat by like. I remember doing things like that just as a small child. So first was the singing, and then the rhythmic thing started to be discovered. And then, like I said, later in life, I found out that my father was, you know, a drummer. It was actually a drummer and loved jazz music. So there's an array of different music that I love listening to, like pop tunes. I like Afrobeat is like another good style of music. I like listening to the Caribbean music. Brazil, you know what I'm saying? Música de Brasil. I love the music for Brazil. I love, the people as well, man. Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys, okay? Because it's very important that we do the history and the research on a lot of the music that we love listening to, and I'll be one avenue by which you may be able to, learn something that you might not have known about before. So I just want to share these things and take claim to my culture. You know what I'm saying? This is a part of my culture and then extends out to the world. You know what I'm saying? So that's all this is an effort is. I mean, no disrespect to anybody, but 2020, I'm trying to be my most honest self. So that's what you guys are getting. Okay. These conversations that we would not normally even have time to have, or, wouldn't be allowed to formulate the concept because things are going so fast, loud music, so many other distractions. We don't really have time to really get to know ourselves and really get to know others. So anyway, yeah, man, love that music. Love it all day. Love it every day. Study, 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 study. All right, peace.